And this month, CNBC named South Dakota the best state in the nation for business. During his recent visit to Mount Rushmore, where Newscenter1's Shad Olson had a chance to talk to correspondent Scott Cohn about the state of the American economy and what many see as a disconnect between a surging Dow and rising home prices. The true fundamentals of what might only be the calm before the storm.
For families enjoying an all-American summer vacation,
the coasts are getting better, and with air recovery, I think things will get better.
Good feelings about the state of the economy are easy to find.
Housing in California is getting better.
On the crowded terrace at Mount Rushmore, this California school teacher sums up what many are feeling these days.
In our town, things are going okay. Our friends are keeping their jobs.
Sunny optimism about what's to come.
My son's looking for work. He just graduated from college, but he'll find something.
But ask those same people about quantitative easing, that thing known as QE3, and the answers tell a different story.
Oh, man. Not so much. Not so much. Okay, you repeat the question.
We'll talk more about all that later, but first, the reasons for all that optimism, now at levels not seen in 7 years. The Dow Jones Industrials above 15,000, home prices rising, and manufacturing and new home construction all going up.
Ooh, that's a big question.
But QE3 is the $85 billion gorilla in the room, a monthly injection of artificial money created by the Federal Reserve given to the banks on Wall Street to keep interest rates artificially low and the credit market rolling. It's known as quantitative easing. QE3 for short.
This has been an extraordinary amount of easing, of liquidity added by the Federal Reserve over the last 5 years.
The question is, what happens when QE3, that monthly set of training wheels for the economy, is taken away? Economic analyst and CNBC correspondent Scott Cohn says opinions are mixed.
The idea of higher interest rates is, that increases the cost of doing business, and that makes people nervous.
But Cohn admits we've already seen a potential preview of coming attractions. In late June, Fed Chairman Ben Bernanke only hinted, just briefly mentioned, mind you, that the $85 billion stipend would come to an end. Over the next 2 days, the Dow lost nearly 600 points in a sell-off that erased profits for the previous 3 months, showing there's more to this so-called recovery than meets the eye.
Even though if the Fed feels like it can start tightening interest rates, that suggests that they're seeing some signs of life in the economy.
Cohn believes, and likely hopes, like the rest of us, that momentary panic was just a blip on the screen. Back on the Rushmore Terrace, finding anyone who could define QE3 still proved a stretch.
No. Can you explain me that?
And not surprisingly, the only person who knew what I was talking about had a decidedly less sunny outlook.
What's going to happen is our grandkids are going to get taxed to death as they grow up when they get to work.
What remains to be seen, Cohn says, is who is making the best read of the forces at play. And when that $85 billion a month in easy money dries up, what, if anything, can be done to avert market Armageddon that some believe could be an even larger collapse than 2008?
It's pretty shaky.